Have you ever thought about upgrading your identity? Have you actually ever thought about how you are defining your identity right now? Or are you just waiting for your next identity crisis to tell you what you should become? Usually, when we go through life, we forget completely that our identity is something that is in constant evolution. It's something very complex that is going to change with different roles, different seasons of our lives. And we often end up just letting external sources defining us. So we have, for instance, we take personality tests to help us understand how we behave, what job we should be doing, what personality we have. And we listen to other people who are interpreting our behaviors, our action in their own filter of life, and just telling us this is who you are, with some clichés, some judgment, obviously, and some biases. And we sometimes just get stuck into that, or sometimes we just rebel and we try to do the complete opposite because we just want to prove them wrong. But all of this basically comes down to us avoiding to really go deep and ask ourselves who we want to be, how we want to contribute to the world, how we want to interact with others, and basically what is it about us that makes us us. This is a tricky question, I know, but it's really a tricky question. I would really encourage you to think about daily and to make sure that you are the one taking ownership and taking control of that. The reason why is simply because whenever you want to feel fulfilled and satisfied about your life, you are going to be measuring yourself against alignments about your actions and who you actually are. If you don't know who you actually are, you cannot check the alignment of your actions, and it becomes very difficult for you to know that you are living at your best level, that you are really a person who can grow to a next version of themselves if you want. And that's becoming very basically tricky. And that's why you get into identity crisis. That's why there are moments where you feel lost. So I want to encourage you to do some review and some deep work here on your identity, and just tell you as well, you can perfectly reshape it. You don't have to be the person you've always been. You can be a completely different new person if you decide tomorrow. Just to give you an example, I'm a person who has been many times described as an introvert, as a low energy person. And last year, I decided to start crewing events for Tony Robbins. If you know the guy, you know he's one of the most massive, extrovert, energetic person you can find. And I was basically in the situation where I had to register people before the event, which is basically me being on Zoom, talking to perfectly random strangers for hours and trying to get them pumped up and full of energy for the event. And being a low energy introvert classified, I can tell you this was not in my comfort zone. But I just reviewed, I say, I don't really like this definition of me being just a low energy introvert that people have been putting me into a box for so many years. I don't like it. I have to decide right now, I'm going to be someone with more energy who is going to project it perfectly well on camera. And then I just had to live up to it. So I had to bring in all the energy for a couple of hours. And you know what? It feels really great. But the only reason why this happens is because I defined a new identity for myself. I stepped into it and I believed it, and it made me a whole different person. So I want to show you how you can do this for yourself as well. And basically, it only takes 3 simple steps. First step is the obvious one, is to review. Review how you define yourself right now. That is something very important. We don't always realize what word we are putting on ourselves. So I really want you to listen. If I ask you right now, who are you? What would be your answer? I am. What would it be? Would you describe yourself based on your looks, based on your role, based on your achievements, based on your personality, your emotions? What are you going to be defining yourself by? And really ask yourself there, are all these things that I'm defining myself by right now something that is limiting me? Is it a limiting belief that I've been put in my head by other people across my childhood and my life so far? Is it something that I've convinced myself is actually true about myself based on my own behaviors? Is it something where you feel there is no room for me to grow? And if there is this thinking behind it, I really want you to challenge yourself. Is this actually true? Could you be another person? Would you be satisfied to be another person? And really also think about that. Do you like what you're saying about yourself? Do you like the way you are defining yourself? Do you feel this is the full potential for you? If it's not, and if there is more space for you, you need also to think about it. What could have brought you so far there of thinking this way? Sometimes it can be, the way you behave is interpreted by others in a different way. Sometimes it's just that you've been so used to say this word out loud yourself that you don't even realize that's how you are limiting yourself. So anything where you feel, I am not satisfied right now, I don't think it defines me, I think there is more, I think that's not who I want to be in the future, have a look, do a deep review, be very honest with yourself, take responsibility for maybe the way you've showed up in the world that could have created this as well, and really do a deep dive there and Put it all on the paper. Once you've done that, the second step is very simple, is as well, take decisions. You don't have to be the same person in your entire life. You are going to be evolving. You're a human being. You are growing automatically. You can decide to be someone else today if you want. There is no limit to what you can do. So have a look when all the things that you don't really like about yourself, in the way you are defining yourself right now in your identity, or also look at the thing that you actually like and you think, I need to bring this more to the world. What actually do you want to be? Who do you want to be? Who do you want to be now? Who do you want to be in the future? How do you want to define the way you are interacting with others? Who do you want to help more in the future? How you want to contribute? Really have a think about who you want to be more, who you don't want to be anymore, who you want to be as a new person, and take some real decisions on how you are going to show up. And a couple of ways to make this very simple and make it anchoring as well in your mind. It's something I do with clients, is to ask them to define a couple of words for themselves. So pick, for instance, 3 words of who you want to be, and make sure that you connect as well. Why is that important for you? Why is that important for you to actually use this word to define yourself? So for me, for instance, I was talking about this energetic introvert. It's a new version of me. So energetic is one of my words, and it's important for me because I know that being more energetic is going to help me connect with more people, which can actually serve my mission of being a coach and help more people as well. So the energy is just a tool for me, and the fact to define myself as I'm energetic is actually helping me to, stay in this mindset and really align my actions with that and my ways of behaving. You can also do, once you pick up some words, you can also do some affirmations if you want. So have a list of things that you can repeat to yourself every day out loud, just to make sure that they get into your brain, because that's what it is. You need to bring these new identities to life by simply just verbalizing it, saying it to other people, affirming it every day if you need. But really take some real decisions there of who you want to be, who you don't want to be anymore, and what life is going to be for you in the coming weeks and months. And once you've done that, first step, live up to it. Start today. You don't need to wait until you are in this next level you that you've defined, in this new identity you define, or this improved identity you define. You don't need to wait until you get there to start behaving like that. So you can have a look, for instance, if you say, you know what, I feel that, okay, my next level is going to be me becoming a manager, for instance. You don't have to wait until you are there to start showing some leadership with people around you, to start showing up with more courage in the decisions, maybe if it's what you need to do for your identity. If you say, you know what, I'm going to be promoted, and once I get there, I will feel more confident about my own abilities. You don't need to wait until there to feel confident. You should start playing right now. Okay, what would a more confident person who has been promoted already be doing? And just adapt your behaviors and your actions to that. Find as well maybe some role models that you can follow and that you can say, okay, this person's, okay, that's a person I would love to be like. Okay, this person, what are exactly the behaviors that I like, and how can I make this work for me as well, so that I can already come one step closer from this person. And basically step into the shoes of the future you. Come from the future and start behaving from your future you as well. And you can be playful with that if you want. So you can create yourself some very, very strong personality. For instance, if you want to lose weight, you don't have to be just a person losing weight. You can be, I'm a super strong athlete, and I'm really gonna be top level world at the Olympics. Whatever it is for you to just, play a little bit with yourself. And also maybe just define an alter ego person. So if you know, okay, right now I'm this person, and this future person, I'm going to give her a name. I'm going to give her a nickname that actually helps me connect with that. And whenever I need to do something that I don't feel yet it's my real identity, I'm just going to channel this person. I'm going to channel this very strong and confident person, and just bring it in the moments. Whatever makes it work for you to actually step into these shoes. And very important here, start taking the aligned action, start taking adapting your behaviors where needed, and stick to it. Because whenever you change your identity and you start moving forward, some people will not like it. So it's really important for you to be very strong in your review, attach some pain with this old identity, take some good decision, attach a lot of really strong feeling with this new identity, and then make sure that you can use that to serve you whenever people start doubting you or challenging you. And again, identity is something that you can shape for yourself. It is not too late for you to change. It's not too late for you to become a new person. So go and have a play, review, decide, and start living up to it.